As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Cam Little after the opening kick. And away we go from Oakland. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Here we go. Throwing on their first play. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion. Here we go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there, where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Fields on 3rd. He fires one deep down the middle. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Vegas. The Steelers take a 6-0 lead right away. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. The drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lawrence going to throw straight away here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
First couple snaps, first drive of the game, it's all about who can land that opening punch. Gain that first advantage in a game-long back and forth. Well, that opening punch was a solid cross, maybe even an uppercut that caught him right on the job and sets an immediate tone for this defense.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. He sent a man in motion. Here he is on 3rd and long. ETN on the catch. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And in motion, out of the slot. They've got a man in motion. On 2nd down, it's Etienne. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They go right back to Etienne. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
2nd and 3 now. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. Their rookie out of Oklahoma there to make that play.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Third and just 2 to go. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
4th and 3, drive on the line. They motion the slot man right. Here we go on 4th, Lawrence. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Fields out of the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Darnell Savage with the pick. And the Jaguars take possession of the football.
A lot of defenders got some offense in their background, and it's been my life experience that they'll tell you about it. And right there, he put it on display. He brought in the pick and instantly became a runner, searching for the open field to add a little something-something to the return.
They're set up at the 35 now. 1st and 10. It's Lawrence. At It's taken in by Etienne. He's got it in the red zone. They'll get 18 yards there. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the gun, Etienne gets it. And he pushes it further into the red zone, down inside the 15. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Any tackle for loss hurts, Kate, but they hurt that much more from a defensive back. Those guys typically are better in coverage, and you got to find a way to make them miss in the backfield.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, Lawrence. That line's up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. Cam Little now to try the Jags field goal. From the left hash, about 31 yards out. The kick by Shudak is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you're looking for on the call sheet.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Returning it from the 4. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They'll run here on 1st down. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Don't jump. Ready?
They give it to him again. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard gain, and things looking a whole lot better now. 3rd and 3 upcoming.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Out, let's go.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First down throw for Fields. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So it's second down coming up. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Bronk. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a Steelers first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. And it's just a little more variety to your play, but makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the shotgun, Fields. He lets a heater go deep. He's got it inside the 10. There it is. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Steelers now lead by 10. George Pickens the touchdown. Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers drive their lead to 11. Now Boswell on to send this away. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Motioning left is their running back. First down throw, Lawrence. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rusher for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but, man, the defense took that away, too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. And they just did.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. He'll get this one to Adams. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First down, ball at the 36. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
second down. Lawrence working from the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's a Jaguar first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And now it's second down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Now Doug Peterson, seeing that play clock running down, he calls a timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Slot man motioned over. Second and 10. Here's Lawrence. He's got his man. That's Travis Kelce. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Oakland. The Jaguars driving. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Lawrence to throw it. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended target. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short.
You know, 3rd and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, that's when they should have run instead.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Lawrence throwing here. He finds him beyond the marker. One of their best play calls of this game, Brock. Nets him 17 yards on 4th down and gets them the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Working inside the red zone. And oh, he got it! Interception! Dante Jackson takes it away. And the Steelers will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Play action, Fields. 7. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Fields on first down. Buying some time right. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
On first and 10, it's Fields. Toward the sideline, and he's got Pickens. And he's in. Touchdown! The Steelers boat racing them to the halftime locker room. George Pickens, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers push their lead to 18. Now Boswell on to send this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he gets crunched by a big hit right at the 25 to end that return. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Motion man is the tight end here, going left. Lawrence trying again on second. He's got the hook up to Adams. Along the right sideline, there's space. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. ETN has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Ball at the 2 here for second and goal. One more time with ETN. And he's in for the touchdown. The Jaguars chop some of the lead off before the half. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. Cam Little to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars make it an 11-point ball game. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. He showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Motioning the tight end left. Fields out of the gun. He puts everything behind this one. Big gain downfield. And in, touchdown, Las Vegas. Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers push their lead to 18. Now Boswell on to send this away. Has this at the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime. First and 10, it's Lawrence. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Now the offense going to take its third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Now it's Lawrence. Throwing for the end zone. And this one hurts. Had a touchdown in his hands, but he couldn't hold on. Third down coming up. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Boswell on to send this away. Return starts at the 3. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. They're out and set, first and 10. Lawrence looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Wanted to fit that one into Devontae Adams. And now they face second down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock. And physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
2nd and 10 now. He's got the hook up to Cooper. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
First down throw, Lawrence. Doesn't have the hook up there, incomplete pass. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. This will be caught by Adams. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Third down, Lawrence to throw. He'll get this one to Adams. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Cooper going to motion over left. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. He's on the move. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Lawrence working from the gun. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throwing now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st and 10 from the 41. Throwing from the gun here. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. That's taken in by ETA. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Second and 10. Here's Lawrence. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Lawrence throwing here. This will be caught by Cooper. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The kick by Shudak is good. And that lowers the deficit to 15.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Fielded at the 7. Returns looking good so far. A nice return, but what a hit we had at the end of it. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Fields looking to throw. Wangu on the catch. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
He put some juice on a deep throw. Wide open down the field, and he has it! Touchdown Vegas! Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers grow the lead now to 22 points. Now Boswell on to send this away. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. Here's Lawrence to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect with Amari Cooper. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Fits it through the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Now Lawrence. Kelsey makes the catch. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Tight end going in motion here. From the 39. And no look there, and that throw falls to the ground.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Lawrence to throw it. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Patrick Queen in to pick it off. And the Steelers will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
On first down, they'll run. And he works it deeper into enemy territory past the 40. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Another carry for him. Along this sideline inside the 25. And he's finally taken down at the 16-yard line. And a strike for 23 yards. And that's a Steelers first down.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line. You got a clean base. Right?
Working inside the red zone. Oh, he got free. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Looking for George Pickens that time. So that brings up 2nd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
2nd down and 10. Fields. That throw finds Pickens. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's the Steelers with it to begin the 4th, and this game entering blowout territory. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Here we go. Extend. Right.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Escapes the pocket. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. And the Jaguars will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, how quickly things can change. They were looking so good just a couple of plays ago, and suddenly, not anymore. A red zone look comes up empty with that interception.
I think the pressure got to him there, Kate. And I don't even mean all those pass rushers, although they were certainly coming too. I mean the pressure of being 3rd down in the red zone. That's where you got to slow yourself down as a quarterback and know you've got to simply protect the football.
Throwing from near his own goal line. Trying for the deep ball. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. And the Steelers take over on his 5th interception of the season. The moment you see them look to pass from this close to their own goal line, Brock, it is that defense's goal to hurry him and force a mistake just like that.
Yeah, those guys, they're so sneaky on the back end, Kate. They know the clock is being sped up. They know that the quarterback can feel those footsteps and thinking about his safety. And those defenders just wait for that rush throw, and then they step in, they deliver, and they take the ball away.
He's throwing deep to the left side. Brought in inside the 20. Runs it in for the touchdown. The Steelers put up even more points in a win. Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers continue piling on to this lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. Starting from the 5. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. ETN on the catch. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Right side into the hands of Adams. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
from the red zone now. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Steelers take over as he records his 10th career INT. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line. And then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football is the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Good.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Buys time, rolling right. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. George Pickens, the intended target. So 2nd down coming up.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Here we go.
Fields out of the gun. He's trying another one deep. That's complete inside the 35. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Steelers keep running away with this. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He'll get this one to Adams. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about a big hitter? 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs. Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Man in motion here. 1st and 10. It's Lawrence. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First down throw, Lawrence. Catch is made in close. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. This one finds Kelsey. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
A 4-yard loss on the play. 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Lawrence working from the gun. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now it'll be 3rd and goal.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal.
Let's go. 11.
Lawrence looking to throw. And he's got it, so they'll pull a little ways back with a touchdown. The Jaguars making the scoreboard look a touch better. Devontae Adams, the touchdown. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
He's throwing for it. And they pick him off again. Patrick Queen in to pick it off. And the Steelers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Has this at the 6. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Right.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Hurry up offense now as time runs down. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Wangu on the catch. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Okay, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be Jaguars football. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. This will be caught by Adams. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it 2nd down.
The trajectory of that ball changes while it's in flight. I'll tell you this, Kate, on shorter throws, these receivers are so good to adjust, can still bring it in. But over a long distance, a tip like that alters the course of the ball, and it sure makes it tough to adjust in time.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Looking for the back that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Throwing is Lawrence on third down. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Desperation time here on fourth. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. Markers reset, ball at the 37. He'll throw it yet again. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Cooper going in motion right. Out of the gun, Lawrence. And that'll chip away some of this near the end. It's caught for a touchdown. The Jaguars putting up points in a game decided. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate. And I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And the kicking team's got it. Well, Brock, you can't blame him with how tough it is to recover an onside kick anymore. But he did hit it before it went 10 yards, so they had to throw the flag. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. A tight end in motion now. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he's got it for the touchdown. But while they celebrate, back near the line, we've got a flag, Brock, in the neighborhood we usually see holding. So make a check in the win column for the Steelers. And as we play in October, they have kept their perfect start to the season going. To the point, Brock, I think you could argue they might be the league's best team in the front half of this campaign.